All right. Welcome back to the Scorched Earth podcast. I'm JT. I'm the sports guy. I'm going to do a recap of the college football playoff championship game between Ohio State and Notre Dame. I'm sure that you all know how that went. 34-23, Ohio State on top. But I'm going to tell you a little about my night. So I was at a restaurant. I'm watching the game. And it's kind of almost at halftime, right around there. And I'm watching the game, and obviously, Ohio State's looking really good. Kind of figuring, well, it takes me about 30 minutes, 40 minutes to get home. So I'm going to drive home, and I'll catch mid-third quarter, be able to watch the game in my house, get ready for the podcast, everything. And I get in the car, and there's this thing all you millennials don't know about. It's called a radio. Yeah. So I turn the radio on to the game. Yeah, they still have that. And I get ESPN radio, and I get Sean McDonough. I don't even know where you start with this guy. So I heard him literally for the beginning, middle of the third quarter. And I want to call him the sperm whale. Because sperm whales go into the water, they dive, and they don't come up for air for about 20 to 30 minutes. That's Sean McDonough. When that cat starts talking, you just wait. Because the next time he stops talking, they're going to be going to a commercial break. In my next life, I want to be the color guy for Sean McDonough. Because Sean just keeps talking. And then he talks some more. And then he wants to reaffirm what he just talked about. And at this point, I literally want to puncture my eardrums. Have you ever, most of the people who listen to this are guys. You're going to understand exactly what I'm going to tell you here. And any ladies listening, shout out to you. God bless you. Subscribe. Leave comments. I need them. I need to improve. But have you ever went on a long drive, like in Southern California, you go to Vegas, and you get in the car, and it's about 4 hours, and you're all excited, and you get in the driver's seat, and you start driving, you're cruising down the road, and your significant other in the passenger seat, the co-pilot, starts talking. Tells you about work. Tells you about the friend. Tells you about the friend who's no longer the friend, who doesn't know they're not the friend anymore. And you're going, and you're like, when is she going to come up for air? When's that happen? So you try and write it out. And then eventually you got to go, I got to go to the restroom. So you pull off the road about a half hour in, and you don't really have to go to the restroom. You just need to hear some silence. And then you get back in the car, and then it starts up again. And you're thinking to yourself, where does this person get all this energy? Did they have fentanyl with a Red Bull topper? What happened here? And then they keep talking. And then they ask you, because at this point they went 45 minutes. And right now you're just trying to figure out how you can, commit seppuku or ritual suicide or drive the car off the road. You don't really care how you are doing and what you're thinking about. And honestly, at this point, that's the thing about women. God bless them. They're deep thinkers. Love them. They're deep, deep thinkers. They're thinking on a thinking on a thinking, okay? Guys are so cerebral, aren't that way. We're just plain. Like, they ask you, what are you thinking about? And in their mind, they're like, well, I was thinking about the first time we met and, how the rainbow came over the sunset. And really in your mind, you're thinking, I wonder if I could beat a bear in a fight. That's what you're thinking about. You're not trying to think about, what color plaid goes with paisley. I don't even know what that is. And then the drive continues, and literally the one-stop trip turns into 12 stops. I mean, literally. It's worse than a bus line in Wilshire Boulevard in downtown L.A. on the Miracle Mile. They literally got to stop every eighth of a mile. You literally go 8 miles, you got 20 stops. That's literally what happens. That's Sean McDonough. That cat doesn't stop. I literally would like to start a GoFundMe for his wife so she literally could get good earplugs, because this guy loves hearing his own voice. I didn't realize how much I appreciate Joe Buck and Chris Fowler and Kevin Burkhardt, because at least they let their partner talk. No, Sean ain't playing that game. And then I'm thinking, why do I got to have him on the broadcast? You already got the TV. Why don't you just do the Vin Scully and let it play through both? No. Somebody in there is a masochist, and they want to hear Sean. Oh, my God. I don't want to hear any more Sean. Oh, God. Wait till hockey. Oh, my God, my beautiful Bruins. Wait till he's doing a hockey game there. Oh, literally. Is it too late to kill myself? Well, Notre Dame, Ohio State played tonight. Once again, field goal at the end screws the bettors. Gets you to I'm just looking at these games, the last couple days, the Rams, the Bills. I mean, it is just amazing how accurate these lines makers are. They're just brilliant. And I'm telling you, if you got a chance to get out of gambling, do it, because it literally will wreck your soul. It will. I have gambling stories for 35 years. I'm going to start telling them, but you know what? Pick another addiction. It's healthier. Trust me. Well, the question I'm hoping is, will Ryan Day leave? 5 weeks ago, they wanted to fire him. They wanted nothing to do with him. Let's get him. And now he's won the national title. Their first one since 2014, when the criminal known as Urban Meyer, how's that marriage going, buddy? Won a title for him. Personally, I hope he goes to the Jaguars. I hope he goes somewhere. Just leave him high and dry. Because, they always talk about family until they don't like you, and then they kick you out of the camp. They kick you out of the tribe. They throw you outside the wall, and then they act like you were terrible. They misconstrue it all. Ryan Day has the highest winning percentage over 80 games of anybody since Walter Camp. Walter Camp. Jesus. Guy's just magnificent. I honestly thought Notre Dame was going to hold it a little closer. It's 31-7 in the middle of the third quarter. And with, 4 minutes left, Notre Dame closed the gap to 31-23. I didn't really understand the field goal attempt. I didn't know what you were getting there. But I guess in the back of your mind, well, it alleviates having to go for a 2-point and make it. I guess, but I don't know. I don't know. And everybody loves Marcus Freeman right now. He's the belle of the ball, but you know what? I ain't sold. I'm not. I remember back in the day when Charlie Weiss for the Irish was the belle of the ball. He was going to be the guy to resurrect the program. He was the new Frank Leahy. Yeah. How did that work out? He's now doing DoorDash. One thing I really was intrigued by is to see the SEC shut out. First time they've been shut out in back-to-back title games since 2004, 2005. It's amazing how dominant they've been. And I wonder, going forward, are we going to see a realignment in college because of the NIL money? I mean, is the NIL money in the SEC outside of Texas and Texas A&M really that good? I don't know. I mean, Alabama's a wounded bear. They really are. I mean, where do they go? I don't know. I think Kalen DeBoer is actually a pretty good coach. He's not a Nick Saban. And the problem is, you can see with Dabo Swinney, there's even whispers out there in Clemson about getting rid of that cat. Yeah, thanks for the couple titles. Yeah, you can go back home. I don't know. I think we're going to see what happens. I mean, as we go forward, I guess the Big Ten. First time they've won back-to-back titles in, I think, 30 years. Yeah. Wow. It's kudos to them. Michigan, Ohio State. Honestly, I am not an Ohio State fan. I'm not a Michigan fan. I'm more of a West Coast guy. UCLA, Florida. Yeah, I know. That's the East Coast, John. But I'm happy for Ryan Day. He had a hell of a year. They found the gear in the playoffs. Will Howard just played like a man. I don't understand if you're going to do that many quarterback runs, why you just don't snap it to the running back. But, what do I know? All right. Well, salute to Ohio State. Congratulations. And I will see you tomorrow, my friends.